Hey guys, Cassie Deputy at DeputyTribe.com. Sorry for the glare. I have such a horrible time glaring with my glasses. I've recorded this video probably like 3 times, and I keep meaning to edit things into it and never get around to it. So I finally came to the conclusion that if this video is ever going to get posted, it's just going to have to be one shot at night when it's quiet, and that's just the way it's going to be. So I just wanted to pop on here and give a pregnancy update about what's been going on in my pregnancy and why I haven't really recorded a number of videos in the last couple weeks. So I'm 17 weeks as of Friday. Today's Saturday, so that's pretty exciting. I'm still pretty exhausted. I'm not nauseous anymore, but I don't really have a lot of energy left. Still doing pretty good. I think I've gained 6 pounds last I checked, which was the beginning of this week, which is really good because I typically gain 50 every pregnancy. So usually by the 20-week mark, I've gained like 20-ish pounds. So that's a big difference than normal for me. I think a lot of it has to do with really sticking with like a paleo type diet, not doing a lot of the grains, not doing any dairy, staying far, far away from sugar. I'll do a little maple syrup and honey, but that's pretty much it. I did start eating oatmeal a few weeks ago. I really felt like the Lord was telling me to include oatmeal for breakfast. That's what I've been doing. And yeah, so lately, so probably like 9 months ago or so, I noticed like a weird, my battery says it's gonna die. I noticed like a weird kind of like bump in my chest, right? And I didn't really think anything of it. We were campaigning and life was so crazy. I was like, whatever. But within the last like month and a half, I noticed it kind of getting bigger, and it was just kind of like irritating. So I mentioned it to my midwife, and she checked it out, and she was concerned about it. So we went ahead and scheduled an ultrasound of the breast, and they only did a very small portion of just breast tissue. She ordered both breasts to be fully ultrasound, and they insisted that just a small portion was going to be ultrasound, and it came back fine, which was fine. But I started getting swollen lymph nodes pretty bad, and they still have not gone down. And then some swelling and a little bit of pain, like the pain is kind of radiating underneath in my ribs and up here. And so a crazy, crazy long story, and I don't want this video to be super long, so way too long of a story to me explain to you. Basically, I went and saw my primary, and she also felt like this was concerning. So she ordered a mammogram. No, first she ordered a breast MRI. Really crazy long story short, didn't work out very well. So then she ordered a mammogram, and no, I told her I don't want a mammogram. So my midwife, who I could not have done any of this without her, I called her and I was like, it kind of feels like it's my actual rib, not part of the breast tissue or anything. Like the more it's swelling and the more defined it is, I think it's my rib that's swollen. So she ordered a chest MRI, which included my rib cage, lymph nodes, breast, lower rib cage, the whole ordeal. Oh my gosh, it was such a fight, you guys. The radiologist fought with me. All the nurses mocked me and made fun of me. I'm not even kidding. It was like something out of a, terrible movie. Long story short, the radiologist was very sarcastic in his notes and basically said that I allegedly had this lump that I came in for. He tried to warn me not to waste my money on an MRI without even looking at my chart or referencing my history or my mom's history or my grandmother's history or my symptoms or anything. Admittedly, had not even looked at my chart when he had aggressively tried to convince me not to get this MRI. And I understand, like, there's nothing probably wrong, but my family history gets diagnosed with cancers very young ages, 20s, 30s, 40s, and there some die 50s and 60s, okay? Very young. So for me, it was worth looking at. I mean, you can see the difference, okay? So it came back clean, supposedly. So we ran a bunch of blood work. I saw another primary. She suggests that I see a specialist because she also notices the swelling and things. But we ran a bunch of blood work, and it basically came back. I had one white blood cell line that was pretty elevated, not super elevated. I am extremely anemic. My ferritin levels are really low. And then I did notice my vitamin D levels are low, and then I have something like creatine, which is really low, I think. Something like that. So I'm basically supplementing with iron, and I'm about to order more vitamin D and stuff, but I'm kind of just leaving it alone for now because I just don't have peace about pursuing it any farther as of right now. So that's kind of been what we've been going through the last, I don't know, month, is just praying and kind of coming to terms with if this was something serious, you know, what course of action would we want to take? And financially, what are we prepared for? Time-wise, you know, all that stuff. So that's kind of the stuff we've been wrestling with. So praise the Lord, everything looks okay from a medical standpoint. I don't feel like everything's okay, but maybe it's just pregnancy. I don't know. So that's how that's going. I'm sleeping really well. I've been rebounding on a trampoline, which is new for me. I'm trying to get 15 minutes in like 3 or 4 days a week for 3 to 4 days a week, I think. And then we're walking a couple times a week. Typically, I exercise very hard, pregnant. HIIT workouts, lifting weights, 20 to 45 minutes a day. I'm kind of a workout junkie anyways. I always have been. So this is definitely the least amount of physical activity I have ever done, any pregnancy, ever. Which is ironic because it's the least amount of weight I've gained. So I think maybe something has to do with stress, the stress of working out and trying not to gain too much weight versus just relaxing and working out when I can. And I'm also very anemic, so I'm pretty exhausted. I'm also juicing. I try to get 1 to 2 fresh squeezed juices in every day. And then some green powder that I have. And then I'm eating just a ridiculous amount of vegetables and organic meats and organic eggs. And then I'm never really good at drinking water, but I'm trying. And drinking a lot more tea, which I'm not usually doing. Pregnancy, what else? I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I chopped all my dreads off, so I'm hoping that I'm not hot and uncomfortable this summer. That would be nice. And yeah, I must say the midwife that I have is amazing, and she pretty much makes me want to never not be pregnant because then I won't be able to hang out with her as much as I do. So she's doing good. We're doing good. I'm excited for my baby. And in a few weeks, I have the 20-week ultrasound, which I'm pretty stoked about. I'm going to try to take all the kids to that. And I think that's pretty much it. So that's kind of the pregnancy update. We're still getting ready for our vacation. Alexander and I are leaving town next Thursday through Saturday. And then when we get home, I'm going to start planning our vacation. We are currently studying. We studied the westward expansion, and now we're currently studying the Civil War. So I'm hoping to wrap up our Civil War study. It's totally not going to happen. Yeah, I'm hoping to wrap up our Civil War study before we leave, but we'll see how that goes. I think my egg bake may be burning. So that's all I'm going to talk about for now. But stay tuned for some sweet upcoming videos. Bye, guys.